All right. Again, this is Rick Price, Executive Director of Pittsburgh Region Clean Cities. I'd like to welcome you all to the uh, medium heavy duty electric truck webinar series that Pittsburgh Region Clean Cities holds with our sister organization, Eastern Pennsylvania Alliance for Clean Transportation. My counterpart, Tony Bandiero, here. We'll start off with just a little bit. Again, some of you may already uh, been heard this, but again, we're part of the um, Clean Cities program and communities partnership with DOE. We turned around as Tony and I um, cover, like I said, the whole state of Pennsylvania. Um, as we come down through here, again, clean cities and communities. We serve a forum of local stakeholders, connect and collaborate on energy savings and using affordable alternative fuels. We provide grassroots support for resources for new technologies and infrastructure development, and we support networks to help our stakeholders identify cost-effective solutions. As you go down through, again, you see clean cities and communities is in the middle, and these are the four pillars that we work with. And the big one is over here on the training and outreach, which you're getting today. But we also help with some trying to find financial assistance. Definitely our technical assistance program and the vast array of information and tools. For those of you new, this is a little outdated, but we do have over 75 coalitions as part of the Clean Cities program. When we do have about three or four um, uh, groups of coalitions that are kind of in the test phase to see that they become full participants in the Clean Cities and Coalition and Communities program. This is just a map of our areas. As you can see, Tony covers the 34 counties on the eastern side of the state, and PRCC covers the 33 counties on the western side of the state. Again, our mission of both of the Clean Cities organizations is to reduce petroleum consumption within the transportation sector using alternatives to petroleum-based fuels of gasoline and diesel. And again, we've been around. Tony's been around since 1993. PRCC's been around since 1995. We're both 501c3 nonprofits. Again, our coalition is comprised of public, private companies, state and local governments, municipalities, utilities, and the general public. We assist in grants, incentives, vouchers, and rebates programs. Um, again, over received over 35 million in stakeholder projects, probably a little bit more than that over the last number of years. Again, we help provide technical assistance. We help with project management in these six areas of fuels. And our main goal is about education outreach. We don't really sell anything or buy anything. We are educational organizations that try to help stakeholders and members make a good decision on there. One of the big things is, as part of today's event, the two Clean Cities organizations, we actually stood up the Drive Electric Pennsylvania website, and we've been around since 2016. So we own this website. We work with the local state government and industries to keep it as current as we can, but there is a link there for our Drive Electric Pennsylvania website. So you will see a lot of information there, videos and things like that, all about electric. Another program that Tony and I are involved in is the Charge at Work program. This is with CalStart. And this program is still going on for about another year, where we can help folks with access to Charge at Work, a tool builder, free site assessments, employee engagement support, free marketing. And again, you can look at that as we're talking here today about medium and heavy duty trucks. You can also go and check us out at the chargeatwork.org. So funding and incentives, again, funding opportunity announcements soon to be changed to NOFO, right? Notice of funding opportunities. We work on alternative fuel corridors, charging and fueling infrastructure discretionary grant. And again, this is one that has already closed. Actually, I think it closed just at the end of last month. They had the end of this last week.
Yeah, last week. Sorry, that's an old slide.
No,
Yeah.
no, no, that's fine. But there's also the NEVI formula funds are out there. If you haven't been aware of this, the state has already issued some requests for information, as they believe that with the last 3 rounds of the NEVI funding, that they probably have enough to fulfill the alternative fuel corridors, and now that some of that funding, probably the end of next year, will be available to be used off of the alternative fuel corridors. Again, 5 billion over 5 years, and PA is getting 171.5 million. Of that, I think there's probably close to probably half of that is going to be available for additional fundings, and then there's also 2.5 discretionary funding. We also work on the Diesel Emission Reduction Act. Again, something that has been going on. There's 40 million a year there, and again, the heavy duty grant program, 932 million as well. So again, some funding incentives from the state alternative fuel incentive grant. Something that's been going on since about 1995. We do retrofit and purchase alternative fuel infrastructure. There's a portion of that for innovative technology, which some of our stakeholders have used over the years. And again, driving forward, medium and a heavy rebate program is actually operating right now, but there are some funds still available there, and we're hoping that some of that be able to be used. And again, I talked a little bit about the NEVI program. So this is our contact information here for Tony and I. We're here to support anybody who has any questions about alternative fuels or technologies. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to turn it over to our speaker. As soon as I get Jacob here. Where are we at, Jacob? Here we go. I am going to make you the host. Let me go here. Let's see here. Where can I get him the host here? Okay, Jacob, it's yours. You are now the host.
All righty. Appreciate you very much. Okay. We good seeing my screen here?
Yep.
All right, perfect. So definitely appreciate the opportunity here, guys. My name is Jacob Frenning. I'm the commercial sales director for Mullen Automotive. We are an OEM manufacturer. We make a class 1 and a class 3 vehicle, fully electric. And then we're also majority owners of Bollinger Motors, who just began production of their class 4. So my goal today is kind of to go through our product a little bit, our product line, and definitely, feel free if you do have any questions, if you want to interject with anything, use that chat, and we can definitely, interact and see what questions anyone would really have. But again, we'll just kind of start here with a brief overview of Mullen as a whole. We are based in California as our main corporate office. And then we have our manufacturing in Oak Park, Michigan, Mishawaka, and our main manufacturing hub is Tunica, Mississippi. So, really proud to be able to hang our hat on the fact that we are manufactured in the USA, So we're able to provide, jobs here locally, domestically, especially in a market like Tunica, which is really kind of a job desert out there. So, good to have that in our back pocket. And these are our product offerings here. We have our Mullen Class 1 van, our low-speed campus vehicle, our Class 3, and we'll definitely talk more about that, being as this is the medium-duty, heavy-duty truck webinar, and then also our Bollinger here. So the B4 is in production now, and then the Class 5 and 6 will be entering into production within the next few quarters, I believe. So just looking a little bit at our market segment coverage. So we did kind of identify an opportunity here in the Class 1 space with that cargo van. Transit Connect, ProMaster City, NV200, Metris all have been discontinued. So not only do we have the only Class 1 EV really in the space now, we really have the only Class 1 vehicle available at all to be able to purchase new. And again, we have our Class 3 there. The ideal body on that vehicle would be a 14-foot box, and then the Bollinger, Class 4, 5, and 6 go up from there. Just a little more around our Tunica, Mississippi factory. One big thing as well with Tunica is, it's a large percentage of African American and women that are employed there. So again, just one more, positive thing to hang our hat on with what we're trying to do in the community down there in Tunica. Is the Class 1 available? Yeah, so good question. Definitely something I should have probably led with. So our Class 1 and our Class 3 vehicle are both available right now to purchase on dealership lots. So some of our, main focuses to start with, and I've only been with Mullen since March, but, our first main focuses were the municipalities, were the universities, and also, partnering with organizations such as yourselves, right? Different clean cities organizations and such. So some of the noteworthy purchases so far, Princeton University has purchased a Class 3 vehicle from us. City of Dublin, Ohio has purchased a Class 3. Multiple municipalities out in California have purchased Class 3s. As far as our Class 1, we're looking into entering into an agreement with Yale University, as well as FIU University, and then UCLA, UC Berkeley, and a few other universities out in California as well have already expressed interest and or signed purchase orders. So, trying to branch out now to identify, which trades, which industries, would work best. But with all that said, both of those vehicles are currently available, and these are some of the dealer partners that we have right now. So Randy Marion has a 6,000 unit purchase order from us. So they have hundreds of each one of our class vehicles currently on their lot in North Carolina. Another dealer partner with is National Auto Fleet Group. They're based out of California. Great thing with them is they are our Sourcewell accredited dealer. So any municipality, university, anyone that wants to contract or transact under Sourcewell, we have that ability right now. So as far as our service network goes, we're kind of three-pronged right now, right? So if someone were to buy a Mullen, how do they get that vehicle serviced? One, we can partner and train, whether it's a municipality, a university, or a shop even, or a dealer. We have our own training platform that we can train their technicians to identify and fix certain items. The second, approach with that would be to partner with a Merit. So a Merit is a 24/7 nationwide provider of maintenance and service coverage. So anything that's needed, they can come out to you guys and fix any issues. And then the last thing would be, if needed, we could send out engineers to you to help out with that. So training, a Merit, and then also our own engineers that are mobile. Some of our upfitter relationships, obviously, these are some of the big guys, but when we talk about different upfits, and I think we'll look a little more here our class 3 as far as what upfits we have, but any of the big time players we would already have relationships with and can help source either, ship through or ship to, however works best for the customer. But, to go over some specifics on our class 3, it's 11,000 GVWR. The max payload is 5,300 pounds. So curb weight, I think, is like 5,600. The box length that's recommended would be a 14-foot. We can get a 16-foot box on there, but the 14-foot is what really the bodybuilder's guide is specified for. The current range right now with payload is 125 miles. So with payload, I think the EPA measures it with half of the payload on there. So, about 2,500 pounds, and then that range is about 125. So the nice thing is the regenerative braking. Obviously, when I was driving it the other day we were in Seattle, being able to see on those hilly streets, watching as that regen braking is working, watching that battery life actually increase is a good thing. And when we talk about a city like Pittsburgh, where there's going to be a lot of wear and tear, a lot of stop and go on a vehicle driving in the city, having that savings on the maintenance side, and in addition on the brakes, where that's actually going to help you rather than hurt you, is definitely a benefit that I see. So these are some specifics as far as our motor goes, and we can definitely get this deck out to anybody that's very interested. But in a nutshell, it's a CATL battery. So they all have an 8-year, 100,000 mile warranty. And it's an 89 kilowatt pack total. There's 4 separate packs. And in total, it's 89 kilowatts. There is level 2 or level 3 charging for this vehicle. So both our class 1 and our class 3 kind of made to be able to go home or go to a fleet building overnight to charge. But again, it does have level 3 capability. So if you do have that infrastructure already established, you can definitely go that route as well. But, our goal is to make a vehicle that is really going to be accessible from a price point and from a usability standpoint to everyone. And so again, just like with the class 1, you could bring these vehicles home. You can charge them on a level 2 if that's what you needed to do. So the spec sheet here, again, like I said, we'll send that out. One other nice thing with the class 3, the turning diameter is the same as the Chevy Equinox. So it's definitely nimble. And when we talk about getting through tight city type streets and still being able to give a box truck payload is definitely a good thing. So as far as the versatility goes, like we talked about, there's multiple different upfits that we've been exploring. We have stake beds, flat beds, boxes with lift gates. And then in addition, looking at some more exotic types, there's certain companies that we can partner with to do an inverter on the front box that can turn it into a reefer type unit. We also are working with a municipality currently that has all electric landscaping tools. And so they're going to turn a class 3 into a mobile charging and storage station for all of their landscaping equipment. So the most interesting one probably that I've seen too is a bucket lift that we're quoting for a municipality in Georgia. They're looking at using it for different facilities maintenance and also on their electric department. So really any upfit that you could dream up right now, we can definitely handle. And we partner with, the biggest players in the game as far as getting that done. So these are going to be some more, specifics as far as, our bodybuilders guide, specific upfit and modifications and bulletins. If anyone was interested in this specific information, or wanted to put us in contact with somebody that had interest in specific upfits, we can definitely share that information. And again, this is just kind of a slide that shows the specifics on different upfits, and also the no drill no drill zones, the high voltage components, and all that. So if you do have questions too, as far as charging, as far as batteries, feel free to shoot those in. I'll be a little quicker here with the cargo van. I know that's not this specific wheelhouse, but I do think that having a cargo van, a class one, especially in some of the more congested cities, is definitely going to be a benefit. So the Mullen one here comes with a 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty, the same 8-year, 100K high voltage battery warranty. The estimated range with payload is 110, and on this we're definitely under promising and over delivering. What we're seeing usually is the more stops that a customer is making, the more the battery life is increasing. So some of our customers in California, for instance, that are making 25 to 30 stops a day, we're seeing closer to the 130-mile range. Again, just another benefit of electric vehicles, right? Because with a gas or a diesel vehicle, when you're driving that vehicle and doing 25 to 30 stops a day, you're usually putting more wear and tear and more detriment on that vehicle. Whereas, with the Mullen One van, when you're driving longer, stopping more, increasing your battery range as you're driving. So, definitely a great benefit there. As far as cargo room as well, we have about 20% more cargo room than any of the other competitors, just based on the way the wheel wells and the partitions are set. So, just another benefit of that vehicle. Payload on this one is 1,600 pounds. We did have a customer that demoed it and put about 4,000 pounds of sheetrock in drywall back there, and it held up. So it can definitely handle that 1683. Some more specifics on different features. The great thing as well with this van, you're going to have sliding doors on both sides, and the width of these doors is going to be more than any of the other competitors that are currently in the market. Comes with all the standard safety features that you could ask for, and as far as any type of roof racks, anything like that, we can put them on the top or inside as well, in the cab. So battery wise, again, CATL 42 kilowatt. This vehicle currently is just a level 2 charge. So it's made, like we talked about, to either bring to a home hub every night, or for drivers that only have maybe 1 or 2 vehicles, to be able to bring home and charge at home. We had a customer demoing currently at the Raleigh-Durham Airport that didn't have level 2 charging, and so they used a level 1 charger, and it works fine. It's something you can just bring, you can plug in. It's only going to charge maybe 2 kilowatts an hour, but for certain use cases, it's going to do the job for what's needed. Max speed is limited to 65 miles an hour. That can be adjusted if needed, but what we found is most commercial fleets are fine with that number and actually prefer the limited. And this again just talks about some basic standard features that come with it: cargo hooks, LED lighting, different type of floor coverings and such. That's really all that I have as far as our product line. Would definitely welcome any questions that anybody had, but in addition, just say that we understand that we're a newer OEM. Nobody's gonna go and just buy a Mullen over a Ford, over a Chevy, without trying it, right? So we do have a demo process that's free, and that's pretty easy to do, especially for different municipalities and different organizations such as yourselves. So if anyone has businesses or has contacts that would be interested in demoing these vehicles, we can definitely do that. And I can go through some of these messages. Does Mullen provide EV chargers for the trucks? So currently we don't We don't provide a charger with each vehicle, but there are certain customers that have requested that as part of their purchase, and we can definitely make it work. Just because everyone's different as far as where they stand from an infrastructure standpoint, we can definitely help support that if needed, but it's not a standard, not a standard inclusion that we currently have. So as far as training, perfect. Trina, I see you. I will get you in contact. I will get you in contact with our service director. His name is Matt Gostick. You have specs for hazmat and firefighters. So, good question. We don't currently have like a specific spec package. I am working with a couple different municipalities and their police departments on our class 1. But what I would say is, some of these bigger upfit players have those specific, packages that we can probably purchase. Have you done any snow plowing applications? So I'm from Minnesota, so I definitely understand and know what that type of work entails. And currently we do not. And I think I'd probably leave it at that, just because there may be some upfit options that we could source if someone was interested in that. But usually on a class 3 box truck low cab 4, there's not a lot of snowplow operators that I've seen. All right. So yeah, I mean, really, that's all I got, you guys. My goal and my plan here is to stay close and stay involved with you guys. I'm going to ensure that I come to that event on the 4th of October, and just continue to build and grow our brand awareness and help, move sustainability forward in the Northeast.
All right. Well, thank you, Jacob. I appreciate the time and the expense. If it's okay with you, I will take the PDF slides that you sent me and be able to share those with all attendees and post them on our website as well. I think you pretty much answered most of the questions that we had. Again, we had close to 30 attendees. We had 40 some registered. So we'll share that with you. Again, an opportunity, as Jacob was saying, we have our Odyssey Day event October 4th, which is at the Community College of Allegheny County. Again, we'll have we've actually taken our National Drive Electric Week event and tied it this year with Odyssey Day. So you should see an awful lot of different electric vehicles there that you may not have seen that in the past, along with other alternative fuel vehicles there. So if there's not any more questions, I will go ahead and stop the recording. Anybody else? Anybody else have any questions? If not, I'd like again, thank you. And we'll go ahead and stop.